What people who fail out of real estate have in common. If you're diving into the real estate industry, wouldn't it help to know where you're most likely to stumble and fall ahead of time? That way you can identify it and correct it before it's too late. Well, in this video, I'm sharing most common reason that people fail out of real estate. At least there's a variety of reasons, but we'll dive into it in this video to help you avoid these situations, at least course correct while you have the time to do so. And if you're new to the channel, my name's Tyler Roicki. I help people build income and wealth in real estate, and I run an international real estate team at eXp Realty. If you get any value whatsoever out of this video, all I'd ask is that you hit that subscribe button so that I can continue to share more tips and resources with you in the time ahead. That being said, let's dive into the video. So I've had the blessing, the privilege of helping countless of people launch their careers from day one in real estate, well over 100 people at this point. And in the process, I've seen a lot of different scenarios play out. And ultimately, I've found what the commonalities are between those who succeed in real estate and those who fail to get any traction at all. And it really always comes down to the same things. And so that's what we're diving into in this video. So the first thing that people who fail out of real estate have in common with each other is that they are not responsive or reachable. And this is the craziest thing of all of them. But what it boils down to is they are not quick to answer their phone, respond to text messages, or even to call back if they miss something. And their sense of urgency is just lacking. They move as if they always will have more time. So assess that. Look at your own situation. Are you responsive? Do you get back to people in a reasonable amount of time when you miss a call, a text, what have you? Because reality is the top producing agents in our industry, they are the most reachable. Oftentimes they don't miss calls. If they do, they're always on the ball. They're sending a text immediately. They're calling back same day. And same day, I'm not talking they miss something morning, get back in the evening. Like usually it happens a heck of a lot quicker than that. But that's the first thing people who fell out have in common is they're not responsive, they're not reachable. In fact, if people were banging down their door of their business, they probably wouldn't even open it. So it's unfortunately reality of the situation. They're not ready to seize opportunity. So if you don't want that to be you, be ready to seize opportunity in a moment's notice. Always. Third thing that people who fell out of real estate have in common is they're not committed. They're not committed to it. This is the biggest reason why most people fell out of real estate here, because they're halfway in and they're halfway out. They're trying. They're not committed to doing. They're just trying this out. And that's almost always a guaranteed recipe to failure right there, because there's no half measures here. You're not going to do well. You're not going to do your best if this is an option for you. It's got to be your only option. If you got a plan B on the table, that's the most dangerous plan you could possibly have, because it's the people without one that need to make this work that get resourceful and ultimately do it. So commit to it. If you haven't already committed, commit to it, unless you want to be like the people that fail. Third thing that the people who fail out of real estate have in common is they don't know what to do. And that often boils down to their brokerage. They find that they have no help. Or if they do have help, they have little to no support. And oftentimes they don't have a good mentor in place. So it's imperative to make sure that you hang your license at the right place that truly provides not just something, but truly the most in the way of help, support, training, and mentorship. So if you're in a situation where you don't already have that, please do yourself a favor and send me an email. Make mention of this video and tell me about what your current situation is with your brokerage in the way of help, training, and support, or even mentorship. And if you need anything in any of those categories, or even if you just want help connecting with a great local mentor in your market, we should speak more about that, because I can help facilitate mentorship in all areas around the United States, especially all the major cities in the US. So reach out, send me an email if that's your situation. Fourth thing that the people who fell out of real estate do is they lack confidence. They don't believe in themselves, and they're not willing to do what it takes to build confidence. I want to be very clear. If you lack confidence right now, you're not stuck. You can build it, you can develop it, you can grow. It takes making a decision to do so. And in order to build confidence, it requires that you do things that would require confidence to do. And when you don't have it at first, it's going to be extremely uncomfortable to even do any of those things. But that's the only way you build confidence and grow it. But like I said, good news is if you lack confidence, you're not stuck. You can choose to grow and develop it. And if you don't, that's completely on you. And it's going to set you up for failure in this business, because you absolutely need to work on it and build your confidence. Because how do you expect someone to be confident in working with you if they don't even sense that you're confident in yourself? It's a big problem. Fifth thing that people who fell out of real estate do is, well, funny enough, they aren't willing to do the work. And I see this far too often. They're not willing to embrace it. I mean, it's hard work. It takes time, energy, effort. It takes consistently applying yourself to it and doing things that you don't want to do, that you're uncomfortable doing, and you just got to do it anyway. So there's a ton of people that get into the business that are always looking for the easy way out. See, you don't have to love doing what you need to do, but you do have to do it regardless. And avoiding it is just delaying the inevitable. Like, for instance, talking to people. There's a lot of people who don't want to make cold calls. And I'm not telling you you have to make cold calls, but what I am saying is you have to talk to people. Whether cold or not, whether you're paying for leads or not, it's all going to come down to you having a conversation with people. So if you're not willing to have those conversations, you're delaying the inevitable, because nothing is going to happen in your business until you have conversations. Even if you are paying leads, you have to pick up the phone when that lead comes in. And the more time that passes between that lead coming in and you picking up the phone, the less likely it is that you even have a conversation with them, let alone get to the closing table. A lot of people make this mistake, because to be clear, all these reasons, it's not just one of them you're going to struggle with. If you're someone who falls out of real estate, it's likely that there's multiple, if not all of these, that will apply to you. So you have to assess not which one, but to what degree are each of these things an issue, and you need to course correct if you want to stay in this game. You got to be intentional about that. The sixth thing, there's a lot of reasons, but the sixth thing that people who fell out of real estate do is they're not resourceful. They're not willing to go and find the answers they need when they need to. Too often times I see people that they're like paralyzed, analysis paralysis. Instead of seeking out an answer they need, they freeze and worry that they don't have all the answers. Well, here's how this works. Here's how you really learn the business. It's hands-on, it's in the trenches, it's going out there and prospecting, generating leads. And when you find a buyer or seller who needs your help, you go figure out what you need to do next. And the way you do that is by being resourceful. You don't gotta know everything to do next up to that point, but you do need to get in a situation where you have clients you could potentially work with, because the best possible situation in the world would be to have endless clients to work with and have no idea what to do next. The worst situation in the world would be to know everything to do next, but no clients to work with. A lot of people get this completely backwards. They spend way too much time trying to figure out what to do next when they don't really even need to know how to do it in the moment. And I'm telling you, trust me that this is how this works, because the more you think you need to know everything before you find a client, the less likely you are to stay in this industry, because too much time is going to pass between you doing nothing to find clients, and then you're going to realize that you have no business and revenue coming in, and it's going to be hard for you to stay in the business the longer that time goes on. So instead, put yourself in situations where you can find clients, and know that you're going to be resourceful to go and seek out and find the answers you need at every step along the way. The seventh thing that people who fell out of real estate have in common is they lack hunger. And in my experience, it doesn't seem that you can teach hunger. So hunger can't be taught. You either have it or you don't. It's a desire, it's a need, to want more for your life. And if you lack hunger, you're not going to reach your potential without it. I don't know how else to say it, but you can make a good living without hunger, but it's only a matter of time until you stagnate. And I look around this industry, most people are not hungry in it. If you are hungry, flip side, that's where the people who really do the most, they've got hunger, they've got drive, they've got an unquenchable desire for more in their lives. And it's not just because they want more for themselves or that they're greedy or anything like that, but these are the people that really create opportunity for other people, because it takes someone who's driven and hungry for more to actually build something that's big enough to provide opportunity, not just for themselves, but for the people around them as well. But on a more basic level, people who truly lack hunger, a lot of them don't even get the wheels turning enough to where they have opportunities coming their own way. They don't want it bad enough. So how bad do you want it? And maybe if you're not hungry, maybe to help you with that, reflect on why real estate? You could be doing a lot of different things. Why do you want more for your life? Because I'm guessing you got into this industry because you at least recognized that you wanted something more for your life. So reflect and get more crystal clear on what that is, what that vision is for yourself, your family. Why build something in an industry as abundant as real estate, and what will it mean for you over the course of time? as you build more with it. The more clear you are on your vision, the more you can hone it in the process. But those are the 7 reasons why people who fell out of real estate do what they have in common. And I've seen it far too many times. In fact, I'd love to know if there's anything I can do to help you at this point. Because what you can do is you can send me an email. You can let me know where you're at in the business today, what it's been like up to this point, where you're wanting to go from this point onward. And if there's anything I can bring to the table to help you stay in the game and ultimately grow in the process, I'd love to know how I can help. So send me an email if that's the case. Otherwise, if you got value out of this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that I can continue to share more tips and resources with you in the time ahead. And that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. Until next time, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.